Abbey Dental, sponsors of Late Lunch, for all aspects of today's dental care. Highly recommended throughout the Isle of Man.
Hello and welcome to the Late Lunch Leftovers podcast. This is where we take a look back at the past week and some of the highlights of the show.
And we started off on Monday revisiting Duxford's diaries. We had Chris Williams taking Duxford the dog down to Fenella Beach, and he told us all about a hotel that once stood on the cliffside there and burnt down not long after it was actually built.
And we also have the usual Challenge Tuesday. Now, every Tuesday, somebody comes into the studio or we head out somewhere and they basically challenge us to do or make something throughout the programme. This week was a really interesting one and I actually got something out of it, I have to say.
You did. Beth actually made some earrings, and this was the suggestion of Pauline Jones. She's from Elm View Jewellery Creations, and you can go and watch the video of Beth making said earrings now over on the portal.
And something I'm really, really enjoying is our midweek mindfulness with Mike Cooley. It is just a wonderful space of time just to relax, take stock of what's going on around you. Getting the best out of it was what we focused on this week.
It was. And he also, of course, did the podcast for us after the show. This week's podcast was all about using our inbuilt superpowers.
And we found out what made Aaron Ibanez make this noise.
Oh, that is outrageous.
More of that later.
We started on Monday, though, with our very first Watch of the Week. And that was with our Ben Hartley, who I think is a self-confessed TV addict. And he brought us something from the weekend, something for the week ahead, and something in the archive.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
Hello, welcome to Duxford's Diaries, and you can tell it's getting near to the Easter period and the beginning of the holiday season, because the digger is on Peel Beach all ready to clear the sand and make it look lovely for families, sharing our blisteringly warm weather. Got the poo bags and the bag of biscuits, and we're just walking down the prom now, ambling our way towards Anthony's Manx fish, pickles and pate van, which I'm sure you'll be aware of just by the swing bridge here in Peel. Tide is quite a long way out. Looking out towards the end of the breakwater, there's a couple of 3 or 4 fishermen out there looking for some mackerel. I'm not sure if they'll catch anything, but never mind. Just walking over the bridge now, looking to my left. It's a serene picture. Some scallop dredges in here, and of course the marina reasonably full of yatchets, as we like to call them. Or just stop here by the... Come on, Duxford. Just stop here by the fish gate. If you catch it at the right time of year, it's fantastic to watch the fish jumping up the fish gate. Don't ask me what time of the year that is. Some of you listening will probably know better than I do. But by accident, I seem to have noticed it in previous years, and I can't remember what time of the year that was when the salmon come in to spawn. Anyway, we're going to talk today about what used to be the Fenella Beach Hotel. It's no longer there, and there's no way you would have known that it would be there. There's nothing left to signify where the site was. We're just passing the notice board for the Manx Whale and Dolphin Watch, which will tell you the most recent sightings of dolphin and porpoise. The last sighting was on the 27th of March for Risso dolphin. They update this notice board on a regular basis, and it's always worth having a look to see what you can see around the island and what's been seen in recent days. Fenella Beach, of course, the place to come if you want to get yourself some scallop shells, because they wash up on Fenella Beach, and you see quite a lot of people down here throughout the summer collecting scallop shells to take home, maybe to take back across if they're on holiday here for the TT or just during the summer, or to take back to their houses on the island to adorn their flower pots. Come on, Duxford, leave those alone. He's after a pair of white trainers which somebody must have left on the beach yesterday, and somebody's kindly collected them and left them on top of the litter bin. So if you lost a pair of white trainers in Peel over the weekend, that's probably where you...
Abbey Dental, sponsors of Late Lunch for all aspects of today's dental care. Highly recommended throughout the Isle of Man.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio. The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
Well, that's fancy.
You push the handle in to open it normally.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
And that's a very big television screen for a car, isn't it?
Decent sized screen, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Right, well, I've just put my belt on, obviously.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, Darren, as a sort of collector of the antiques of the motor world, why on earth did you buy sort of cutting edge technology when it comes to your own car?
I'm a car enthusiast first and foremost, and the Tesla is a very, very impressive machine. You know, the performance is on a par with any sort of modern supercar. It's got the sort of eco-friendly credentials of being a modern electric car. It is the way that, you know, the world is going to go. But there's also you go back to the earliest days of motoring, and electric cars were hugely popular. You know, they were easy to drive when you had to, you know, hand crank a car and things like that. The electrics were the problem they had then was battery technology, the same as it is now, and that's a slowly being solved problem.
Okay, so we've just come to the straight back into, well, heading towards Ramsey, so we're just on the fringes of the Derby borderland, so to speak.
Exactly, yeah.
And we're in a no speed limit zone, so you're going to show off a bit of...
I'll just give you a little bit of a demonstration now, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm braced.
Okay.
Oh! Whoa! That is outrageous!
It's fun.
Oh my god, I was not expecting that. I'm lost.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
I'm going to let you play the final track in full. We've got Eric Clapton now.
In full, really?
Go on. Tell us why.
I did a talk about Manx Radio at Dalby at the church, in the church hall. And at the end of it, somebody said, well, actually, Chris, you know, what's your favourite music? And I said, oh, Eric Clapton. And this lady piped up. She said, I'm Eric Clapton's aunt. And I said, yeah, right. And I'm Jacques Cousteau. And she said, no, I'm Eric Clapton's aunt. Turned out to be Auntie Sylvie, Eric Clapton's aunt. And that's where the story started. No, they had relations who lived in Dalby, and she was over on holiday, decided to come to the little chat, and there is Eric Clapton's aunt. And that's the way it was. She said, I'm going to have a word with Rick, because I told her I was going to see him in Manchester. This would be 2004-ish, I think. He said, I'll have a word with Rick when you get there. Just use stage door, whatever, and Rick will have a chat with you. And he did. And so is my mate Rick.
Chris Williams.
That's a true story. That's a true story.
Thank
Me
you.
and Rick are like that.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure hosting you on The Rock this afternoon. You'll be able to listen back to this programme at manxradio.com for the next week. There will also be a video on the Manx Radio Facebook page and the portal. You want to see Duxford more than Chris, possibly. But here is Eric Clapton. The song you've chosen is what?
Cocaine. For no particular reason. Have you chosen the picture on the website, by the way, which has me with hair that looks like Duxford?
Maybe.
I thought he might have done.
Wouldn't do that deliberately, would
Celebrity
we?
lookalikes, yeah. Celebrities look like dogs.
Those are all our late lunch leftovers for this week. Do tune in for the main helping on Manx Radio, weekdays just after 2 p.m.
Every week, of course, we'll have our regular features with Duxford Diaries. We'll have Mark Tiley's Greatest Hit, Midweek Mindfulness, and plenty more with our monthly guests as well.
But for now, thank you so much for listening to the Late Lunch Leftovers podcast. We'll see you again next time.